Greetings. So, what's new on May 5th? Well, it's been snowing on the mountain. That's odd for May. We get snow up there on the mountains, well, easily probably November through to, maybe April. That's pretty normal. But May? Now, I didn't look this morning, although I know there's still snow up there, but looking at the cam on the mountain the other morning, it was white everywhere. I'll include a link to the Mauna Kea webcams in the text for you, for those of you who have never seen snow in Hawaii, and just so you can believe this. Yeah, it's late. We're having rather odd weather. It's cold up on the mountain. It was 28 degrees the other morning when I checked. But down here in Mountain View, it's pretty cold too. Sometimes the days aren't rising above 69 degrees or so. And it's been raining and raining and raining. Well, rain in Puna is nothing new. But the latest rain has been a foot since the beginning of May. And it was raining back in April some too, so it started before May. But yeah, we had a whole foot. A lot of water. It's raining today too. It's not that big a deal. We're all set up over here to deal with rain like that in all ways, except for me and the cat. We're just kind of sitting around staring out there, right, Gracie? Yeah. It's wet. I can't get out and do a whole lot. I think I'm going to try to pick some green beans today. And there are a couple other things out there I think I wanted to look at. So, yeah, I'm going to go out and do some harvesting if it doesn't rain all day long. But, yeah, what else is new is not good news. You recall in the last What's New, I had said, well, we're increasing our internet upload here so that we can do bigger and better videos. Well, talked to the phone company, and the phone company said, yeah, we got a package for you. Previously, my rather pathetic DSL here had been 10 megabit down, 1 capped going up. Well, that wasn't working. I was having to put up such tiny little videos, that people couldn't see them. They had to use a magnifying glass to be able to see the videos. And, well, phone company said, well, we can do better than that. We have a package where we can give you 20 megabit coming down, and then we'll give you 3 going up. Well, I thought about it. I said, man, that's not a whole lot of change, but maybe it's just enough that I can upload larger videos without shutting everything down in the house. So I said, yeah, okay, go ahead, do it. Well, they were out here yesterday. Nice lady, but nah, she managed to get about 18.5 megabytes coming down, and only 1.6 going up. And it was questionable as to whether 3 was going to be any good anyway. And I've already got 1 going up, so like 1.6. I'm gonna pay them more for that. No, I told her, I'm sorry about all the trouble, but you didn't provide me what you offered, and so turn it around, take it out. So that's just what they did. I turned everything back around, and so my internet is now currently the same as it was previously. Now, whether I'm going to end up in a battle with the sales department over my grandfathered rate because of that, we will see. Better not. Wasn't my fault. Well, since I was on a roll, what is new is I decided to call the cable company. Yeah, I did. And so I have tomorrow, Spectrum will be dropping in here to drop me a cable line. Now, I've I said the heck with it. I left my telephone and DSL internet in place. I had them drop in a dedicated cable line just for yours truly. Not going to let anything else in the house on this line. It is my cable. It's 400 megabit coming down, supposedly, and 20 going up. That should solve the problem, because just leave everybody else here in the house on the other DSL internet, so I won't be getting in their way, and I will just use this cable specifically for my videos. Yeah, well, I didn't want to do it because you know how it is with the cable companies. It's promo, right, the rate, and so the rate was okay, but they will jack it up. We talked about where it might get jacked up to, and this is what I had in California, where I had fiber optic. It was beautiful. I loved it, but it was owned by AT&T. They ran it, and well, every 12 months they jacked the price up. And every 12 months I was at war with AT&T, trying to get the price back down. Usually managed, but it was a pain. I didn't like it, and when Hawaiian Telecom told me I could have a grandfathered rate for telephone and internet, and it was fixed, it would not change, I went, oh, give me it. Yeah, that's the main reason I haven't done anything about the slow internet, was when you got a rate that's locked in. That's pretty incredible. Well, that cable guy just came and left. He's pulling out right now. Says, oh man, you're more than 400 feet away from any terminal block on our cable out here. We're going to have to send out a crew to install another block. Oh, really? Okay. How long will that take? Oh, maybe a month. Otherwise, what's new is the old news, and that's, hang on to your 401ks and IRAs out there, folks. Man, money is siphoning out of the stock market like you just would not believe. I've lost considerable amount of money. I put some money aside, waiting for whenever the bottom might show up. I don't know. I think what's going to happen, this is my prediction at the moment, that we are definitely now finally in a bear market, and I think we're going to continue to see the same swings that we've been seeing throughout the whole pandemic situation, but those were like, more like 1% to 3% swings. These are going to be much wider. They're going to be scary as all get out. I have a feeling one day the bears will be charging, and the next day they'll be running, and so we may see some fluctuations that are far greater. Whatever. It depends on your game. If you're in there trying to make and take profits, quickly, then, better pay close attention to what's going on. Otherwise, if you're in more for the long haul and you tend to be invested more in companies and businesses, well, this really doesn't say very much about the businesses that I'm invested in. They're in the same situation I am. I'm sitting here going, oh man, look at this stuff. So, well, my usual plan for the meantime is when I'm not really sure what the heck to do is, I ain't going to do anything. Reacting often is where you go wrong in the market. Sometimes that's where it goes wrong. I've seen it a lot. I do it sometimes myself, but I try not to. But I sure have seen it in other people, man. As soon as things start to slide a little bit, well, it's already too late. They lost their profits, but they're scared, so they sell everything out at a low price, and then eventually when things are back up again, it's going to cost you a whole lot to get that same stock back. So there was not a lot of advantage to doing that, because if they were good investments, eventually they are going to go back up again, or they will at least be whatever the heck they're worth against the world's economy. So everybody's in that same boat together. With all the rain that we've been having for days and days and days, the clouds have been very, very thick here. But we have managed to maintain over 80% charge in the house battery, the Tesla Powerwall, and so we're doing okay as far as the sun is concerned when there is no sun. But for one thing, and it is that I'm having trouble finding enough extra juice to charge the electric car right now. That's not happening. I can charge it, but to do that, I'd be paying the power company, flip the switch and say, okay, just feed it so we can charge it. But right now, after all this rain, like I say, a foot for the month, systems failed, can't quite make the car. Maybe if I had 2 more panels on the roof. Yeah, I'm sitting around waiting for Ford to come up with the Ranger. I really liked their smaller pickup trucks, and they have one supposedly on the drawing board that's going to be a full electric, and I'm really hoping for it. I want one, and I will get rid of the last gas auto that we had at that point. But now I'm sitting there thinking, probably most of the time we get by the way things are, but with 2 electric cars in the house, I got a feeling that I'm going to put some more panels on the roof. Yeah, make sure to cover everything so that we always have enough juice to cover both of the cars. I love energy independence. Oh, and the longer I'm having these EVs too, man, the more I love the electric car. There's a guy that used to work with me in a Green Garden Service back in California, was my helper, Chad. He's here now. Chad has property on the island. He's been working on a building project there now for years. He'd been gone for quite a while due to the whole COVID mess. I guess it was almost 3 years, 2.5 years since the guy showed up here. And he, aside from having land and cabin, he's got a truck here that he uses on the island. Well, after it sat that long, let's see now. I guess the serpentine belt broke. The battery's dead, had to be replaced. He still couldn't start it. I had suggested that you had best drain all the fuel out of that thing, fresh it up, and he still couldn't start it. So it's going to have to go in for service. Yes, probably contaminated fuel. It's up front in the filters and stuff, but who knows what happened to it while it was sitting. Not to say that an electric car won't break sitting too, but they have so few moving parts, so few fluids and things. I mean, my car doesn't leak oil because it can't leak oil because it doesn't have any oil. I can't get a leak in the transmission seals because it doesn't have a transmission and there are no seals. Yeah, it's like, wow. Yeah, I'm looking at this poor guy, my friend Chad, they're going to have to probably get the thing pulled up onto a flatbed and haul it out to some shop here because he can't figure out what happened to it. And so they're going to have to give it to a professional. Well, of course, it's kind of a beater of an old Toyota van at this point anyway. And so, how much is the repair really worth? There's a good question. But, well, I'm falling in love with these EVs because they have so few things that actually move, break, go round, require adjustments or lubrications. Yeah, that right there might be the absolute hottest thing about owning an electric car today. The maintenance level. Oh, man. I was shocked when I found out recently that one of the reasons that the EVs are more expensive than the gas-powered cars is because those batteries that they use in these things, that's 30% of the cost of the vehicle. Wow! Well, in the case that Chevy's recalling mine, and supposedly sometime this month I get a brand new battery in there, well, I've been running the car now since 2019. I've had a few years use. They're going to give me a brand new battery with the new warranty on it, and it's worth a third the price of my car. That's the recall I'm looking forward to. Yeah, hopefully it'll be a good battery. I see that there's changes in battery technology. That's new. Elon Musk, they've been working on cheaper and cheaper ways to be able to create these lithium batteries for the cars. I don't know if anybody out there has heard this. Do you know Musk claims he's going to have a $5,000 electric car? Yeah, it's ugly. It's made in China. It's a little cracker box, but it's an EV. His point being that he thinks that he can conquer the gasoline car market by providing people with cars that are cheaper than gas cars, electric cars that are cheaper than gas cars. He's got a good point. Guy's a good businessman. We'll see what happens with it. He also has an American-made version is also, again, cheaper than any car he's ever produced. I don't remember the exact price. It's more than $5,000. It's closer to $30,000 probably. But he does have a lower-priced American sedan coming out. A lot of this, again, is based on the fact that they're actually working with their battery technology, and they're trying to figure out cheaper ways to be able to manufacture these lithium cells. Well, then on top of it, wow, there's like, at least around here, all you got to do is say GMO. Yeah, just say anything about genetic engineering, and the irate peasants come out of the woods with pitchforks and torches. It's like Frankenstein at the castle, And well, the other day I was watching a video about the carbon-14 nuclear diamond battery. Yeah, they sure named that one bad. Apparently, carbon-14 is a radioactive version of carbon. Now, it's not extremely radioactive. It's not like uranium or anything. It's used in dating archaeology, for instance. They can date organic matter by the loss of the carbon-14 because it goes away. It's radioactive. Well, apparently they use the carbon block in these nuclear reactors that they use to develop electricity. Well, when they decommission them, the carbon blocks actually become part of the nuclear waste problem too. They're mildly radioactive. They are carbon-14. Well, someone figured out if you take a minute amount of that carbon-14 waste from the reactors and you encapsulate it in a synthetic diamond, you come up with a battery that can last as long as 240 years. It is energetic enough in itself that I guess it almost has a capacity to self-charging. Pretty special. It may become the future of some of our battery technology because it'll solve a couple of problems. For one, it will make the batteries out of waste products instead of virgin extraction or with the lithium, which is cool. It gives them a way that they can utilize some of this, contaminated stuff. And, of course, the lifespan of what they're making really puts this in a whole new league, But, it's just like saying GMO around here and the peasants storm the castle. I can't wait until nuclear diamond batteries. Oh, boy. Somehow or another, I think some egghead scientists got that off on the wrong foot from the very beginning. I don't know. You might have called it a diamond battery, You might have called it a diamond carbon battery or a carbon-14 battery even, maybe. Would have gotten by, but nuclear diamond. Ooh, boy. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's all for what's new today. Alrighty. We'll still be waiting for a while for a bigger, better image of the Green Garden guy. Ain't happened yet. Hang loose, folks. Aloha.